Hey guys, just going to do a quick update for the week ahead and the weekly close. It's only going to be a short one because I'm not really in any fit state to to be talking too much about anything too serious due to far too much partying with some of my trading friends. The Wolf's probably watching, which you'll probably get a chuckle at. But sorry, I'll try and be serious. But yeah, I've just done the weekly close for last week, and let's just quickly click on that. So it had massive gain of 0.17%, which is obviously pretty much chicken feed. But it is going up and it is in the right direction. We actually had quite a nice upswing of 2.5% because I only really measure on closed trades. But if you look at the floating profit, so that's the kind of floating profit from last week, compare it to the floating profit this week, we're up 2.57%. So it was a decent week. The main reasons for that was due to a few trades, but what's more interesting is what's kind of open at the moment. So that's when I've kind of basically done my week analysis on what's in there really. So obviously we've got the new news coming out, and then there's some interesting positions which we've got open at the moment. If you just give me 1 second. So USD Jappy, this was something I looked at last weekend and has actually paid off really well so far. So I'm really happy with this trade. So I don't know if you guys remember looking at this, but I was looking at the one day chart here with the itchy on it, and it was just bouncing off this nicely, and I was kind of looking for a short position to get in on in here. And I actually ended up doing that based upon the 2-hour itchy, I believe. So I used, where were we? Yeah, I just used it breaking through this cloud here, got in there, and then it's rallied down, fallen down since. Interestingly, someone did point out to me that had I paid any attention to this, to the news that was coming out, because there was a Bank of Japan news announcement apparently coming out. I do note down the news, but I hadn't even acknowledged it. So for once this was in my favour, which I'm more than happy with. I guess it, 50-50 as to whether I get lucky with it or not. But this has moved quite nicely. Other trades which are doing well, New Zealand USD, we talked about this, I mentioned this last weekend, or I think I posted this out Monday morning. It's a nice little support and resistance trade off of here, and this is kind of running quite nicely. I'm actually going to take these limits off and maybe scale out the position. So yeah, there's been a couple of trades which we noted last week, which have come off quite nicely. As for the rest of the markets, for what's coming up next week, I mean, we're still waiting on these indices to roll over. I'm dying for this. I've got another short in there, which if anyone looks at my journal will have noticed. But yeah, dying for this to roll over. Doesn't want to. We've also got a silver trade which I put on up here, looking for a double top here. If you kind of drop it down to 4 hours, you're starting to get a little bit of a feel for momentum divergence and double top, but it's actually being starting to bounce, and I would personally think my stop is too tight, so I don't particularly love that trade, but I'm in it anyway, and I don't want to mess about and say anything that's not just. Anything else that's worth talking about? I'll probably leave it at that for now. Yeah, just keep an eye on the indices, keep an eye on all of it. They say there's been a bit of volatility in the yen, so it'll be interesting to see if that reverses due to it making a big move, or whether it continues. Let's hope it continues for me. If you're on the other side, I assume you won't want that to happen. But yeah, sorry it's not too informative. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much. Live the dream.